Do you think that Israel is playing the victim card? Check out this clip with Charlie Kirk where he's presented this question from a student and see what his reaction is. So we'll watch this clip together, then talk about it. But first, hit that subscribe button over there in the corner. We'd love to stay in touch. Check this out.
Given the current situation, the attacks on October 7th, I feel like the nation of Israel might have been has been doing that in sense of referring to the attacks as Israel's 9/11 while simultaneously funding Hamas. If this is Israel's 9/11, which we used our own 9/11 to fund decades of war to fill the pockets of military contractors, how do we look at what's going on right now and avoid making the same mistake?
I get that question. So I want to make sure I'm very morally clear here. Sometimes you are a victim, right? If you get shot on the streets of LA, you are a victim. The problem is we have a supply and demand problem with victimology in the West. We have a bunch of people that are incredibly blessed walking around acting like victims because somebody said something that offended them, okay? So of course, sometimes you are a victim. When you wake up on your holiest day and 1,500 of your fellow Jews are slaughtered, yeah, that you are the victim of terrorism. I'll just be very honest. And that's the equivalent of 50,000 Americans. So, and I will also say, though, that to Israel's credit, they're taking matters into their own hands. And while they are trying to, of course, encourage and increase sympathy for their cause, it's now Hamas that's playing the victim. It's now Hamas that says, oh, stop bombing us, stop doing all this. And I'll be honest, it falls on deaf ears for me. It's like, wait a second, did you not launch an unprompted attack into civilian corridors, into homes and schools and nurseries on a holy day? So, spare me your caterwauling. You guys were the ones that launched this war, and war is nasty, war is awful, and they're saying they'll do it again. The Hamas leader comes out and he says, just a matter of time till every single day is October 7th. To your point, which I really resonate with, is that I'm not a neoconservative. I do not believe our foreign policy should be an instrument to remake foreign countries in a quote-unquote Western image. I think that the Iraq and the Afghanistan war teaches us that. And I think we need to be, that's why in my remarks, I emphasize the border, what's happening in our own country. We need to balance what's happening in Israel, which is obviously important, but also understand that we have some serious problems here in this country. And I do not like when leaders focus more time, energy, and attention on foreign conflicts than our own.
Yeah, that's fair enough. No one wants war for extensive periods of times that don't really have an objective as to how the war will be complete. Israel's going in with a very specific mission to get back their hostages and to remove Hamas from power. Once those are finished, the war will be over. Hopefully that'll be very, very soon, and the rest of the world will reap the benefits of what that accomplishes. I do like the fact that Charlie points out that sometimes people actually are victims. If someone comes into your country and starts killing a bunch of innocent people, that country is actually, they are victims of a circumstance that took place. Most of the times when somebody cries victim in the West, it's something that you're a privileged person, you have it really good here in the West, and you're going and protesting and whining and complaining and claiming victimhood, and you're not actually a victim. But as Charlie correctly points out, some people actually are victims. It actually does, they actually are victims of a particular circumstance. Doesn't mean they should harp on it forever. They got to do what they got to do, but they actually are victims in this case. It is ironic that in our circumstances, the ones that are crying victimhood as well are Hamas. You go in, you attack a country, and then when they retaliate and they try to wipe out your infrastructure, your terrorist infrastructure, then you claim victimhood. Victimhood, we're victims. You have to be living in a very strange alternative universe and a world where gaslighting is the norm in order to buy into that. If you like this content overall, hit that subscribe button over there in the corner. We'd love to stay in touch. Take care.